should the Miami Dolphins sign Martellus Bennett? Should they go after a big name free agent? We're going to get into that. But first, I think to fully understand the impact of a tight end on an Adam Gase offense, I think we have to go back in time. I think we have to go back to the Denver Bronco days with Julius Thomas. Now, Julius Thomas is sad but true, has been riddled with injuries his whole career. Can't really stay healthy, but was basically a no-name his first 2 years in the NFL. In 2011, I think he started one game. Games he played, I think 5 or something like that. He's obviously had an injury-prone career. Then when Adam turns in offensive coordinator, obviously Adam turns the offensive coordinator for Mike McCoy. He just totally explodes. He has back-to-back 12 touchdown seasons, a part of one of the best offenses in NFL history. So then we go to Chicago, and he takes somebody who hasn't played in the NFL for a whole year. A whole year hasn't played in the NFL. And listen to this. I'm talking about Zach Miller. Adam takes Zach Miller, who hasn't played for a whole year. A whole year. Catches 34 balls, 439 yards. He averages 12 yards a catch and 5 touchdowns. So just you can see what happened. Then same thing with Deion Sims. Has a career year, starts 11 games. Especially down the last three games of the season against the Jets was probably his biggest game. The 49ers game, he was very prolific. Totally changes his career around. Now he's looking like a tight end for the future. So you can see first of all, the impact of an Adam Gase or a tight end in Adam Gase's offense is very, very. For Adam Gase loves matchup problems. If you could get him a big tight end who's athletic and strong, that's bread and butter all day. That's at least an extra touchdown a game. And just upgrade your offense even that much more. And not only that, but run blocking and the passing game. It's so important to an Adam Gase offense. So then you look at a Martellus Bennett who's in free agency, and you kind of see, first of all, Adam obviously coached him before. He's big, he's strong, he's got great hands, he's athletic. But what I would say about that is you have the draft. You got somebody like the kid I can never say his name right, from the University of Miami, who looks like an absolute stud. He's super athletic, one of the better tight ends I think I've ever seen in terms of his run after the catch ability. And the only question marks about him is he's not a very polished product. He's obviously, there's question marks with his route running, there's question marks with his run blocking, and the run blocking thing. Jimmy Graham can't run block. Travis Kelce can't run block very well. So I mean, it is what it is. I don't. That doesn't concern me. But the route running thing, they said the same thing. They said the same thing about Travis Kelce, and look at him now. So I mean, you can see that kid. If he can figure out route running, can figure out how to beat zone coverage and stuff like that, he's gonna be one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Then you go over to Alabama, and then you got somebody like O.J. Howard, who's a very polished product, who if let's say the Dolphins did get him, would fit in Adam Gase's offense like a crapping glove, because he's super athletic, very good in the receiving game. Can you imagine O.J. Howard in the play-action game, which is a huge part of Adam Gase's offense and a huge part of the Miami Dolphins offense, and our identity now is because we're a power-run football team. That would be such a huge addition to the Dolphins' offense. This is basically, I'm trying to explain to you guys how important. If we got a number one tight end, our offense would completely change. Like it would be a huge upgrade. Now I'm not saying Deion Sims isn't good, but he's not as good as an O.J. Howard or the kid from the University of Miami or Martellus Bennett. We need somebody like that in this offense. It's so very important. If Adam Gase gets somebody who, first of all, probably definitely has the potential to be better than a Julius Thomas, to consistently be on an NFL team, to consistently stay healthy, and just as talented. And he got 12 touchdowns out of him 2 years in a row, and he didn't even play all 16 games. Are you kidding me? So you can see how important tight end is in the Adam Gase's offense. Now, referring to Martellus Bennett, the only downside to Martellus Bennett is he's coming off of a Super Bowl win. And everybody knows that after you come off of a Super Bowl win, you're a big name, you're talented, you get paid a ridiculous amount of money that you not that you didn't deserve it, but you didn't, was not a good move, I guess is the best way to explain. I just lost the words for it. But you saw that with Malik Jackson last season. You saw that with Julius Thomas. obviously Adam gets in that big contract with Jacksonville, and now not it hasn't been talent, but it has been obviously health issues. But these teams, they see the success. Oh, you had a success with these Super Bowl caliber football teams. Come over to my team that's not as talented, and you probably can replicate the same thing. No, that's not how it works. Now with Martellus, now this is not the case with Martellus. If we got Martellus Bennett and we paid him first of all, this man is going to command a ridiculous amount of money. I don't think you're going to get him for any kind of cheap anything. And obviously we have linebacker issues that we need to figure out. We got Kenny Stills that we need to re-sign. We got Andre Branch we have to re-sign. We got so many other problems. To pay a tight end that much money, it's like the same amount of money that we would pay Kenny Stills. That's absurd. When we have somebody in the draft like O.J. Howard or the kid from the University of Miami, and the list goes on and on. It doesn't just stop there. Tight ends are deep in this upcoming draft. So you don't need to go out and buy yourself a crapping number one tight end and to fix your problems. I don't think you need to do that at all. I think if we wanted to wait till the draft, that would probably be the best idea. I don't think the Miami Dolphins should go after Martellus Bennett. Let some other team get him. Let New England. I mean, if New England re-signs him, obviously that probably would be the best fit for him. So I don't think New England's going to retain him. I don't think New England's going to be willing to pay him a lot of money. Unless Martellus Bennett wants to win, he would stay there. That's the only way I could see the two coming back together. But I don't think the Dolphins should go after Martellus Bennett. Not that he's not talented. He's extremely talented. He's a matchup nightmare for any safety and linebacker. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, is he worth all that money? No. Because we can get somebody just as talented who we're going to have for 10, 15 years instead of 3 or 4 years, not pay them a bunch of money. They're going to obviously be on a rookie contract. That we would give him like 3 or 4 years. Rookie contract the same amount of time. So I definitely think we should wait for the draft. But like I said, it is so important to not underestimate. If we get a number one tight end who's a franchise tight end, like like a Gronk, like an Antonio Gates, somebody like that, which is they're there in the draft. O.J. Howard could most for sure not turn out to like a Gronk, who's probably the best tight end to ever live, but just be a prolific tight end for 10, 15 years. Same thing with the kid from Miami. I like him a lot. I just don't. There's a lot of question marks there, but he's so much upside, tremendous upside. I'm sorry I can't say his name. It's probably bothering some people, but I just can't. It would be even worse me trying to pronounce his name. But like I said, we've got way too many problems to be thinking about going after Martellus Bennett. I don't think it would be a good idea. We just got a report that Deion Sims and Adam Gase has told him he wants him back. He will be a starter in Adam Gase's offense. So that's good news, because same thing about Deion Sims, a great run blocker, but not as good as a receiving threat. But like I said, Martellus Bennett, talented. One of the best, freak athlete, can run like a deer, and he's huge. We saw that in the Super Bowl. I mean, he's a matchup nightmare. He dropped a touchdown and ended up being pass interference to set up the game-winning touchdown. Not only that, but he was an X factor in that Super Bowl. So, like I said, talented guy. I think he's going to get overpaid regardless of where he goes. He's 29, so you probably get him for four good, so maybe 2 or 3 career years, maybe you get that out of him. I definitely think we should wait for the draft and look at, and you don't have to get an O.J. Howard in the first round. You don't have to get the kid from the University of Miami. You can wait to the second round to pick up some people. So yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. And if we do go down that route, I think that's stupid. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Like I said, it's important to the Dolphins' future for sure, and the Dolphins' offense. Our offense would be so much more prolific if we got a talented franchise tight end. I mean, it would be ridiculous. It would be insane how good that offense would be. You imagine DP, Juice, if we retain Kenny. You got Jay, who's a beast in the backfield. Yeah, maybe you got the kid from University of Miami. Maybe you got O.J. Howard back, at tight end. That would just be amazing. So that is going to be it, guys. I am Skagster83, and I will see you guys in the next one.